hello. Let me know if you can hear me. You can tell me on Slack if you can hear me. Um, so, hi everybody. There is a little bit of delay, so if you're using Slack, let me know. Awesome. Okay, I never know if it's gonna work. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, again, welcome everybody to the second day of Intro to Web Design. Uh, so we're gonna start in a little bit. Let me see if there are any questions. Uh, Desk skill. Oh, okay. So today we're gonna do more of the more of the coding for HTML. So we're gonna be using now using more code to make it look better. So last week got distracted because somebody just wanted to join the class. So just let me send them an email um, real quick. So let's see if this works. Okay, so okay, sorry about that. Uh so today we're gonna start putting more code to make it more uh to look better. So last week we just started with the bare bones of HTML, and some of you still have need a little bit of practice with the terminal, and today we're gonna do a little bit more of terminal. So this is the notes for today. I'm gonna put it on Slack again, so you can follow with me. By now, if you have not, please go ahead and open your CS50 IDE while I get ready here, and I'll show you what we're gonna do today. I put the link on the Slack channel, so everybody should be on the Tuesday class Slack channel, and please add all your comments there. If you don't have Slack, yes, right on the YouTube, and I'll try to moderate both. So, okay, this goes away. So you're gonna see on the document I just share, I put here some videos about how communication happened into web design. And I haven't talked about that, but if you go to this video, it'll tell you how the communication happened on the web from ports and links they have. So this is what we did last week. I'm going to put it on the Slack channel so you can have the base template, and you don't have to do anything right now with that. I'm just going to put it here to have it handy for later. So what we did was we started with this simple HTML, and we have these words here. And anybody remembers what those words with the triangles mean? If you can put it on Slack, if anybody remembers what those are. So this HTMLs, these things called head title, they have a specific name, starts with T. Yeah, they're HTML tag, thank you. And anything between the top here, which is dog type, all the way where it says head, is a part of the website we don't see. But it sends a important information to the port where it lives. So it says here that it's in English. So if you speak another language, you'll have to put it in there so it reads in another language. But right now we just do it in English. The title is what you're gonna be on the tag. On here on the tab, that's the name is gonna show up on the tab. And then there is more information you can put here that is gonna go to this URL. But right now we're not gonna do that. But the title is gonna show up here on the tab. But uh, it doesn't show on the code. And so anything that you write before head is not going to show on the website, on the front end of your website. So this could be like the back end, the kind of like the what is underneath the building. And this is, and between the body and the last HTML tag is what you're gonna see. It's like the front of your house. And we start with this HTML tag here, and we have to end. So after this line here, which says /HTML, you cannot write anything. It's not gonna show. And everything that is gonna show is gonna be between the body and the /body. So that's where you're gonna show. So if you go to your CS50 IDE, let's review that. Where my IDE went? So, okay, I'm gonna have to open another one. So we're gonna go here to the CS50 IDE. If you do this, what I just did, it's gonna take you to it's gonna take me to the last one, but let's not do this because sometimes it fails. So let me find the original one that I just put on Slack. So I just gonna copy paste here, and I'm gonna log in again. And I know this is sometimes a bit of a confusing because you use GitHub, but we don't do anything on GitHub. We just use it to enter. And we get into this IDE. And of course, you can use others IDEs. It's just I'm using this one because it's the easiest one to teach. So you remember this part here on the left, those are your directories. They're gonna look different than mine. You might not have as many. So forget that these ones exist. You may have some files here from last time, but let's do what we did last week. So we're gonna do, when you are here, you're in the top directory, and then we're gonna click File, and we're gonna do New File, and it says Untitled. So I'm gonna bring my code here that I had, and you have it on Slack too. You can copy this one and paste it inside the Untitled. Let me close this so you don't get confused with all this stuff here. I'm sharing my screen. I'm not sharing my screen. Am I? Sorry. I forgot. I'm glad you told me. Okay, sorry about that. I knew something was missing. So thank you. So many things to remember right now. So thank you so much. So right here, if we repeat here, I gave you this file. So this file is gonna be on the Slack. I'm gonna put it back again on Slack. Sorry about that. And you can reach this file, and then we're gonna recreate what we did last week. So we're gonna open the uh, CS50 IDE, and remember, I'm gonna put a background Slack here. And oh, there is people telling me it's not letting me sign in. Okay. So Blueface he says that what is not letting you sign in. Okay, somebody, Godzilla is saying that something is not letting him sign in. Okay, GitHub. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat what I just did. So you're gonna take this link, go to this link that I'm gonna put on Slack. So go to that link. So I'm gonna go to that link, and then it's gonna ask you here for GitHub, and you need to remember your password, username, and password. So I'm gonna log out of this, logged out, so you can see how. So you go here, put the IDE, you log in, and it's gonna ask you for the GitHub account. My computer remembers it, so that's why it keeps doing this silly thing. It doesn't ask me. So I'm gonna put another incognito here, see if it doesn't remember. So I log in, and then you have to put your username and password that you created for the GitHub. If you don't have a GitHub account, you have to create a GitHub account. But we don't do anything with GitHub account. We only use it to sign in. So once you put your username and password for GitHub, you click sign in, and you should be inside the CS50. So okay, so I'm gonna get this out of here so I don't have to open. So let me know if you have any questions about that. So any questions? Okay. So you guys let me know if you have any questions. So let's close this, start all this again, don't save. So you're not gonna have any of this. This is unique to everybody. Yeah, you may, so face. If you don't remember your password, you're gonna have to retrieve it. Need to retrieve it. Or so you can get a new password. So that's the only thing. Is as anybody has any problem logging into CS50 IDE? If there is, I don't have any problems, but if somebody else is having problems, let me know on Slack. Okay, so yeah, if you know, try if it's giving you problems, maybe try another email and make another account with GitHub, and so you can use it today. So maybe just use another email address, not the same one used last time, but use the same another email address and create a new account in GitHub real quick, so you can do it here, or you just pay attention, and then you have the video on YouTube, and you can replicate it. So I'm sorry about that. That is not working out for you. So I'm gonna create. So like I say, and this part is gonna look different for everybody. It's unique for everybody. So we're gonna go here, File, New, and we're gonna write some code. So the code I put on the on Slack, or you can grab this one here, a copy, and then I'm gonna paste it at the board at the top. That's where the file is, and then I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna save it as. When I save it as, I can choose the position of the file, so I don't have to. What's a browser? Browser is a. Somebody asked me what is. I think it's. I meant to say browser. So if you can go here, if you do this, it gives you the choice, so you don't have to make a directory. Like some people were asking me before the class, like why it gives you two choices. Yeah, it gives you two choices, just if you want to do this. So I prefer to do it this way, where I can save as, and I choose the location instead of going to the terminal and moving files. So I'm going to save it here at the top for now, and then we're going to do a folder just to remind everybody how to do it. So I'm going to call it my first file, making sure nothing has the same name. And I'm going to put HTML. So my first file, .html, I click the top here. I'm going to make sure I'm at the top of the directory. And then I'm going to click Save. And it should show up right here. So for you, if you don't have this, it'll show up on the top. So since this is in the top of the directory, I don't have to go inside the navigate to where the file is ready available. So I could do ls. I type ls on the terminal on the lower part here, ls, and it's going to give me a list of everything that is all the files that I have here on my top directory, on my home directory, and you can see my file here, right? So when you're running HTML, you are gonna run everything in the label. So you don't choose, like in Python, what you're gonna run, you're gonna run everything. So then once you are in the right floor of your directory, you're gonna type http dash server. I'm gonna put it on the Slack. So if I'm writing, I'm gonna show you what I'm writing. I'm putting all the notes right here in Tuesday class. So if you are here, go ahead and click here on Tuesday class so you can see all the comments of everybody. So so once you type http-server, click enter, and then you're gonna get a URL right here, and you click the URL, and then it says open, and then you're gonna see all these files, but the only one we want to look is the one that says my first file HTML. So you click on that one, and you're gonna see hello world, which is was written where? Anybody can tell me where is this word is found in the code? Between what tags? In the body. So that's the only place. Very good, thank you. That's the only place where our the front end of the website is going to show up. So as you can see, nothing up here is going to show up here, but you see the tag, the tab tab is going to say hello. So that corresponds to what? So this tab here is hello. That comes from what part of the code? What tag is sending this name here to the tab? The title, yes. Yeah, so that's, so just remember that. Very good, thank you so much. So then we can start adding things to the body, and that's what we're gonna do. But so far, any problem getting to this step? I know Blueface has he went he had trouble, so but he told me he just joined. So has anybody has any problem last week doing this? Anything that you want me to go over before I go to the new part? So anybody tried it before the class to do it by themselves? You can let me know here on Tuesday class, see if anybody has anything they want me to go through or any problems beside logging in. Okay, cool. Uh, let's see. Great job. Cool. What to do now? So Blueface, just where are you at? Are you on here? Are you on your CS50 IDE? So we're gonna, so you should be here on the CS50 IDE only. Okay, just stay there. We're gonna do the next part. So since nobody has any problem, we're gonna get out of here. So remember it says here Control C to stop server. So I'm gonna stop the server so I can move out of this site, so I can use a terminal for something else. So I'm gonna do Control C and it's gonna stop. So you see that all stop. So now I get a prompt here, and now we're gonna go and create a folder. So I have a folder here, but I'm gonna show you how to create a folder. So you can use the old way, is mkdir. You can do that, but I'm gonna show you the other way that you can do it here. So you're gonna do a new file, and then you're gonna save that file. So save as, you go save as, And then you get here a prompt. It says create folder. So you're going to create a folder and you need to find out where you want to create it. So you want to create it at, you want to be here. So it created on the second floor. So it's, you click here at the top directory and you create a folder. See, and it shows right here a new folder. So I'm going to call the folder 1, and it has to be a unique name. And then I'm going to put the untitled file. So I'm going to do file 2 HTML. And then I'm going to put it in the new folder. So make sure you click that folder so it goes directly there. So this way you do two things. You create a file and then you put the new created file into a folder you just created. So you do like 3 things at the same time. You create a folder, you create a file, and then you move that file into the new folder. So that's why this way is much easier. Later on, when you feel more comfortable, you can do it on the terminals. And terminals, when you are, the terminal, the logistic of the how to use a terminal, you can do it much faster than this way I just did it. But I think this is good to start with. So you're gonna see a folder here. It says folder 1. So let me know if anybody can get to create a folder. So Blueface right now just try to make a folder. So you just go here, file, new file. I mean, no, new files. Yeah, new file. And then when you do save as, and save as, you're gonna create a folder. And then once you create the folder, you're gonna save the file into the folder. Okay, and once you have your folder, it's gonna show up here. So what happens if you are here and you create another folder? So if you go here and you save as, and you are here and I create a folder, that folder is gonna go inside. So it's like it's a tree. It's a child of that folder. So it's a child of that tree. So it's like, so you can embed folders into folders. So that's why you have to start. If you want at this level, just start at the top directory and it's going to make a folder there. If you go inside a folder, then you create another folder and so on. So anybody was able to create a folder? Any question about creating a folder? Now it's getting interesting, isn't it? So you created your folder. I'm gonna go and start making things happen. So this is where we're gonna create a project, website project there. So I'm gonna do ls, so it tells me where I am. So once I ls, I'm gonna find my new folder I just created. So I'm gonna find, so it's right here. It's showing on my terminal. It's showing folder 1. And so what should I do? What do I type to go to the folder 1? Anybody remembers? Oh, I'm so proud of you. You created a folder. That's awesome. Yeah. So what should I, CD. So the famous CD. So the CD, I'm going to type CD. And then the name of the folder. So the name of my destination. So it's folder 1. Folder 1. So it's going to CD, it's going to send me, it's going to take me to the folder. Okay. So now I'm in the folder. I'm going to type ls and it's going to be empty. It should be, oh no, it's not empty because we put a file there. It's empty, but it's a file there. So you can see that. See? So so everybody has navigated to the folder. So this is where it gets, um, um, if you get to the wrong folder, like if you find yourself in the wrong folder, you go cd space that, and then it's going to take you to the previous directory or the previous floor, and you can do ls, and you're going back there, and then maybe you can navigate to the other folder. Yeah, I don't know why. That's the way this IDE is. So I have no idea. Great question, Margaret. I have no idea how, but that's the way we're gonna do this one. So so I'm gonna do it to my folder. So it's folder one. Oh. Yeah, that's that's funny. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, totally right. Yeah, that must be, uh, everything is moving to make things more accessible and user friendly. Uh, so things are just moving that way. And and people also want to make things more accessible for everybody. So, for example, this IDE is very versatile because it was created for freshmen in so it's like foolproof. It's like, so you can teach people different ways. And also there is a movement in computer science to make computer science accessible for everybody, versus before it was very hard to learn because you had to have a computer, you have to have books, you have to be in a university. So now it's becoming, there is a movement for CSS for all. So so the designers of all this IDE, they make it very simple to reduce um, the barriers that will hinder some people. So so CF for all, they want everybody, like any age, anybody. So there is also a big movement for to introduce more women, more minorities. So that's why there's so many ways now, versus like also when I went to school in the 90s, it was very cumbersome to learn computer science. So not too long ago. So so anyway, I was going cd folder one, or whatever name you use for your folder. You don't have to use my names. I put ls to see exactly where I am located. So right now I can go and put http dash server, and it's going to give me a URL. So you click this, it's going to give you another website. I'm going to close this one. And now, when you click that website, you're going to see that you don't have all those files. So you only have file 2 because now you're inside that folder. See? This is so neat. This is what I wanted to show you last week, but I couldn't do it because we needed to learn this extra folder creation, and it's very hard to do it in the first class. Especially if people never seen an IDE. This is very daunting. So, but now you can see that now you're inside, you only have one file. So you can create inside this folder, you can create a whole website project. So that's how it's done. So each folder, like I have here, could be a different website, like a whole different website with different sites attached to it. So I could have like 10 files or 20 files all connected. So they are not anymore all this mess that I had before, where I have Python and I have everything that shows up here. It was very cumbersome. So now I can only go here, and of course it's going to be empty because I didn't have any code, right? So that's fine. We're going to add some code. So the first thing we're going to do is take the base code that we had in the beginning. So this base code, we're going to put it back there. So we're going to copy paste it and put it inside our file. And this is the wrong file because I opened so many files. So let's make sure I have the right file open. So I'm going to go to my folder. I'm going to open the folder that I'm right now. So right now I'm in file 2. So this is the one I need to open. I don't have to open something else. I have to make sure I open the right folder. I copy paste the code in Control S. I'm going to put the code in Slack. And this didn't type well. Let me try it again. So let me copy this, and then I'm going to put it in Slack again. And it didn't do it the way I wanted. Okay, there it is. So now you can copy paste this, Control S, or save it. You can go and save it. And now you can go to your site here. Don't keep this running. Don't close it. Keep making sure it's running. You're going to go to the website. Now you're going to see the hello. Okay. So everybody did that. So everybody should have this file now running. Let me know. And then we're going to start adding things to it to make it more like a website. So we're going to start formatting this. So let me know when you have all the code that I just sent you. So you have a code. Okay, so once you have the code below, let's change the title to poem. We're going to put a poem there. And you can save it. And then we're going to take this out, the hello word. We're going to erase it. And I'm going to give you a text to put in there. So I'm going to put it in Slack, the text. And it's a poem. So just take only the text. So you're gonna take this text is here that I put in Slack, and you're gonna copy, and then we're gonna put it inside here. So we're gonna paste it, and then we're gonna save this. And if you don't copy the whole text, it doesn't matter. Just do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. So let me know when you get there. And if you are lost, let me know too. So how's it going? Okay, so if you're done, so just make sure you put that text or something similar. It doesn't have to be exactly like I did it between the tags, the body tags. So they has to be between the body tags. So make sure you save your file, you save it, and go back to your website where it says hello world and reload it. So you just reload it. You just click here and refresh it. Oh, somebody's trying to get ahead. So uh, we're not going to talk about that. It's going to be a surprise. But yes, you're right, Vijay. So if you enter the the text here between the body tags and you refresh your browser, you're going to get all this. And like Vijay say, it's all crumbled together. There is no, if there is a poem, there is no formatting, there is no centering, you don't know where it starts or ends, there's no title. So we have to do some formatting. So as you can see here in the code, you can put, like if you go here, I can enter all this space and save it, and it won't make any difference. So HTML is not going to read this. It's not going to read this extra space. You have to write it in a way that they can read it. So the way the HTML reads it is you have to put something called formatting tag. So this is a paragraph tag. So you have to put this P. So every time you put a P, you're telling HTML this is a paragraph. So one of the things annoying with the IDE is that anytime you start with a P, you're gonna get the N. So you have to delete the extra one, and the the N you're gonna put it here when you want the paragraph to end. So this is the title. We can say the title, the author, and the where the source is a one paragraph. Then the double, what is that? Line 13 here, double is the next paragraph. And you have to delete this extra one because we want to end the paragraph where this ends. So this goes, let me see my original. I'm not a Shakespeare expert. So it should end and bubble. So it's the last one paragraph goes from double double and ends in like hell's broth boil and bubble. So this is the end of one paragraph. The second paragraph, and then this one, double double double, is the last paragraph, the third paragraph. So try your best to put those paragraph tags there, like I just did. So, one, the first tag starts at the title before song. Then you end it from Macbeth. You're gonna do the backslash p. Then at the double, 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 toil and trouble. That's the first paragraph. So you type p, the p tag. You end where it says like a hell broth boil and bubble. And then the next paragraph starts on the second double, double, double toil and trouble. And we're going to end where it says, then the charm is feel firm and good. So when you are done or do something like that, the main thing is you start a tag, you finish a tag, you start a tag, you finish a tag. So we're going to save this, save. Then we're going to go to our website and we're going to refresh and see if anything changes. So let me know how if it works for you. I know anytime you put up, you're gonna uh, this ID is gonna prompt you to put. It's gonna give you the end tag, so you have to delete it. Yeah, it works. Yeah, so this is the fun part. I think for me, this is the fun part of all this. I can do this all day long. Um, I don't know about you guys, but I really like it to do this. So this is the beginning of the fun. So if anybody has any trouble, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and do the next one. So let's put some headings. So the first one, let's do a heading here for the title. So the way you do headings, and it doesn't matter where you put it before the P. There is no, the hierarchy in HTML is from top to bottom. It's not from left to right. The indentation in HTML is not required. However, we do it for to keep consistency and easy to read, and it's a good practice. But it's not like the code is going to break like in Python if we don't have indentation. It's just a good practice, especially if you want other people to read your code. So we're going to put a heading for the title. So if we put heading 1, and it's H1, lower H. See, I get the last tag, so I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to put the title. I want only the where it says the title of the poem. I don't want William Shakespeare. So you can customize each line and each word to have a different formatting than the rest. So you can put here \H1, and that's going to be the title. Remember to save. Where there is a red button here, it means you haven't saved. So Control S, you can save. You can reload here, and you see the title here. And the rest has not been affected. So the rest is still the regular format. Then we're going to go, so if you follow this, you can add bold, italic. So let's put let's put the part where it says William Shakespeare. We can put it, it says here bold. We can put it, we can underline it. So let's underline the part where it says William Shakespeare. So it's U tag U. And I have to always delete that one. And back Q. And then let's put from Macbeth, let's put it in italic. So it's the I tag and \, and it doesn't matter the order here. You can just put it like that. And then you save it and see what happens. And if you have any question, let me know. So also we can move this from Macbeth a little bit down. So we can put here from Macbeth, we can do an empty line. So an empty line is BR, and it doesn't need another tag. It's just BR. And we can refresh and see it moved it to the, so that's another way to formatting. So I just put here BR. So a BR is an empty space, so you can actually do more empty. So I can put 2 empty lines before the poem starts. And I messed this one up. Save it. So it's going to move everything down. So it's going to move it a little down. Okay, so let me know in Slack if how's it going. We had 10 more minutes, so I just want to show you a couple other things. We're going to have to skip the image for next time, but I want to show you a peek of the CSS. So the CSS is Cascade Sheet Styles, or Cascade Style Sheets. So that's where we start customizing and adding color. So this is pretty cool. So one way to do it, there are different ways to do it. So next week I'll talk to you about the other ways to do it. But the simple way, we can take this code here, And then we're gonna add it here where it says the body. So I can delete this one and put my code. And I'm gonna tell you what that code is about. So the body is HTML, a style is CSS. So what it is, we're mixing two codes there. And HTML is like the bones, and style is like the flesh, like the color, the hair. If you see it, if you can understand the metaphor. So it's like if you have a house, the HTMLs are the columns, and HTML is the color, the decorations of the house. So here, when you call a style, you're calling it CSS, and then you're gonna use this format, this way of code. You're always gonna use that one. So you put style equal column color. Color is an attribute that goes back to CSS, so they know. Then you put the attribute here, so you can red. So they know red. So that's an attribute that is in the CSS language. So you put that. So the background is like a tag, it's a CSS tag, or they call it property. It's a property. And then light blue is the attribute. And it's going to change the background, is going to make it light blue. And it's going to change all the letters in the body to red. So this is what it's going to do. So I'm going to do Control S. I'm going to refresh. And you see that. So this style, because I put it in the body, it's going to apply to the whole thing. If I put it somewhere else, if I take this and I put it only for the header, so I can take all this, not the background, but I can put it only for the header. So I can do this and put it only for the header. And let's change this color to something else, so it doesn't, let's put yellow. Well, let's put, let's see if it picks it up the pink. And then I'm gonna refresh here and see. So see, it changed the title to pink. So you can start being very specific and also add fonts, different font styles. You can be more specific with the color. So for example, for colors, we use something called, there is here, I put a website for colors. So what you're gonna use you're gonna use the hex color, and each color is gonna have a different code. However, you can also use words. So there are certain words like red and pink that are in the language. So that also is it there. So if you want to know more about it, you can go here to this website and play around with CSS, and you can find all kind of combinations here to play around. So you can do styles. So here is more. I have put a lot of information here. The main thing, you can start with the HTML cheat sheet. And for this week, try to cross-reference, try to use the basic formatting here for HTML. There is this for list, bullet list, and also number list. There are tags here for that we did a little bit today for heading. So you can do heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can bold, italic. Next week, we're going to work with links, formatting. So you can use P. Also, there is div, but we use div more on CSS. And there is tables. You can create tables. And if you follow some of these tutorials that I put here, this whole tutorial, he goes through all the framework for HTML, everything you need to know for basic for HTML. There is a CSS. I would suggest you just do until minute 18 and don't go further because it gets really cumbersome. But for now, I think just have fun, try the different codes I have here and test it out and see what happens. So let me know how it goes. I'm gonna put this on the Slack channel so you guys can use it. So so everybody can use it and you can copy paste it and use it for your file. So at this moment, any questions? I know it went really fast. It's usually it goes fast, but next week we go more into show you how to change colors and add images. When that needs to be in pairs. Is there a rule? There is a question. Is there a rule for when text needs to be in pairs? You there is always has to be a beginning and an end, a beginning and an end tag. So I don't know if that's the question. For example, here in underline, since I want to underline only by William Shakespeare, I start and I end. But there is no a rule because it's all designed to customize. So it's up to you when you want what kind of formatting. So this is for formatting. What kind of form? I can also do start here. Instead of underlining by, I can start here. And it's gonna be okay. When is enough to have a beginning text? I don't understand the question, sorry. Maybe it's because I'm reading it. Maybe if you can show me an example of a beginning tag. You here the only requirements is that you have to have a body tag. So you start with body and it's end with body. That's the only requirement. That's the only required tag, like we show in the beginning. Like so, this is the basic bones, the basic for tags. You can have more than that, but this is the basics. The other thing is there is something developers tools on Chrome. I think other browsers have them. If you go here in Chrome and you go and click here where the three dots are, you're gonna find the more tools. Then you're gonna go to developer tools, and that's where you get to see your website. So you can do this in every website. So you under elements, you're gonna see, you might recognize, hey, that's where I just did, right? I just did this. And then there is the CSS styles. So I can do that. I can go to another website. For example, let's do this one where I got my poem. I can go here to my developer tools. And this is a great way to see how others have done websites. So you see, this is way more complicated than that we have made. So you can select a part here, like for example here, and right click and do inspect, and it's going to show you the part of the code that belongs here. So you can actually you can see how it was done there, what kind of fonts they use, how did they do, see how it goes, where I point it goes here. So so this is a good way to look at other people's code. So you can take some of this code and try it too. So any questions so far? We're over. So If you have any questions, let me know on Slack or email me. Thank you so much for your patience. Hopefully next week we are on Zoom, and in I'm gonna stay in Slack for a little bit if you in case anybody has questions. But for now, I'm signing off, and you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much.